Look upon my magnificent attire.
But he isn't wearing anything at all.
Good heavens.
Once upon a time, in a grand kingdom of marble towers and golden gates, lived Emperor Pompadour. Now, some emperors love rules, and some love riches, but Emperor Pompadour loved only one thing: clothes. He had a coat for every hour of the day, a hat for every mood, and trousers so fine they practically whispered when he walked. He spent all the kingdom's tax money not on schools or roads or bridges, but on his magnificent, ever-growing wardrobe. One sunny morning, two slick strangers arrived at the palace gates. They called themselves Master Warp and Master Weft. They weren't weavers at all, they were clever tricksters. They bowed low to the emperor, leaned in, and spun a marvelous, dangerous tale. Your Majesty, we weave a fabric so exquisite, so magical, that it is entirely invisible to anyone who is hopelessly foolish or unfit for their job. The emperor's eyes lit up. Magnificent, he thought. If I wear this cloth, I can instantly tell who in my kingdom is clever and who is a fool.
The emperor gave the tricksters a chest of gold coins and the finest silk threads to begin their work immediately. Warp and Weft set up two large looms in a grand room of the palace. They demanded the finest wines and rarest delicacies to keep their creative juices flowing. Then they went to work. They clacked the looms all day and night, pretending to throw shuttles and pull levers. But the looms were completely empty. After a week, the emperor grew curious, but a small nagging worry tugged at his mind. What if I can't see the cloth? What if I am a fool? To be safe, he sent his trustiest, wisest old minister to check on the progress. The old minister walked into the room, peered through his spectacles, and gasped silently. He saw absolutely nothing. Step closer, minister. Notice the intricate pattern of golden dragons? Aren't the colours breathtaking?
See how the gold thread weaves through the emerald background, Your Excellency?
The old minister rubbed his eyes. He knew he wasn't a fool, and he certainly wanted to keep his job, so he smiled broadly and lied.
Oh, it is marvelous! The colours, the dragons! I shall tell the emperor it is a masterpiece! Finally, the big day arrived. The grand royal parade was tomorrow, and the tricksters brought the clothes to the emperor's dressing room. They held their arms up as if carrying a gown made of pure air.
Here are the trousers, Your Majesty.
Here are the trousers, Your Majesty, and the magnificent cloak, light as a spider's web. You will feel as though you are wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
The emperor stared. He blinked. He pinched himself. He saw nothing but his own silk underwear. Oh dear, the emperor panicked inside. Am I a fool? This is terrible. It is exquisitely beautiful. A perfect fit. I am absolutely delighted. His royal helpers, not wanting to look foolish either, all chimed in.
Your Majesty.
The drape is magnificent, Your Majesty. The tricksters pretended to dress the emperor. Smoothing out non-existent wrinkles and fastening invisible
Around
buttons.
his imperial neck.
The emperor turned and posed before the great mirror, pretending to admire his reflection. The next morning, the sun shone brightly. The streets were packed townsfolk, all eager to see the magical clothes. The brass bands played. Palace doors swung open and out marched the Emperor, walking proudly under a silk canopy. The crowd looked, then they looked closer. No one wanted to admit they saw nothing, so the crowd began to cheer.
Oh, look at the wonderful trim!
The colours suit him perfectly. A true triumph of the arts.
The Emperor beamed, holding his chin high. Then, the parade stopped right in front of a bakery. Standing on a wooden crate was a little girl with bright, curious eyes. She looked at the Emperor, blinked twice, and giggled.
But he hasn't got anything on!
A sudden, sharp silence fell over the square. The girl's father gasped, but it was too late. The words were out. A whisper rippled through the crowd like wind through dry leaves. Did you hear what she said? She says he has nothing on. He hasn't got anything on. Finally, the whole town erupted into roars of laughter. He's completely naked, they howled, wiping tears from their eyes.
The Emperor shivered, and it wasn't just from the morning breeze. He knew in his heart that they were right. He had been tricked. He was standing in the middle of his kingdom in nothing but his royal undergarments. He felt very, very foolish. But Emperor Pompadour was also very proud. He thought to himself, the parade must go on. So he held his head even higher, squared his shoulders, and continued to march down the street with great dignity, while behind him his loyal attendants continued to carry a cloak that wasn't there at all. From that day on, the Emperor spent a lot less time looking in the mirror and a lot more time listening to the honest people of his kingdom.